Hello, my name is Katie, and I'm a diamond with World Corporation. I am just going to spend a few minutes and show you how to get your Helo set up. I absolutely love this device. I joined the company because of the device when my father-in-law had a stroke, and I realized what this was truly going to do for our family and give my mother-in-law the peace of mind that she really solely, truly needed in order to be able to watch him through our Guardian features. We'll get into that stuff. I just really wanted you to know I truly love this device, and I just want to give you a quick starting guide on how to get it set up right and how to make sure that this works the best for you. So here's our gorgeous boxes, sleek, amazing. Okay, so move this down a little bit so you can see a little bit better. We just are going to get into what is inside, what all does this come with, right? We have our band. It's called the Helo LX, and it also comes with a set of germanium stones. So inside the box, it'll have two separate boxes, your germanium stones, as well as your Helo LX. When you open up your Helo LX box, you will see on the very top is your band, okay? This band will come with a little bit of charge in it. If you hold it down for 3 seconds, it will turn it on. 5 seconds turns it off. And if you ever, for some reason, need to reset your device for any reason, 8 seconds is what you'll have to do for that. So 3 seconds, turn it on. 5 seconds, turn it off. 8 seconds for it to reset, okay? So I take my band, and you can see inside the band is little notches. That is where you're going to place your germanium stones. Okay, so inside all these boxes comes with 3 germanium stones. These are really, really good. If you Google what germanium stones are good for, you'll find all kinds of really great health benefits on them. Okay, so what they look like is just these little guys right here. And you just take them and you just snap them right into your band. You want to make sure when you put them on and you wrap the band around that the stones are up against your skin, because you want them to be able to be touching your skin. They help with blood circulation, and which in turn helps with pain. We've had a lot of people on our teams that have arthritis talk about how much better they feel because of these. So just Google germanium stones and you'll see the health benefits and what they can do for you. All right. So also inside your box, when you pull out your styrofoam there, you'll see another section in the bottom, and it will come with a pink Helo code. This is important. As soon as you open up your box and you get your pink Helo code, you want to contact your sponsor or who the person was that got your device to you, so that way they can go into your back office and access your Helo code with your device. Okay, so helps with warranty, as well as for those of you that are working the business and having that kind of stuff. It'll connect to your loyalty program and you'll have an extended warranty, stuff like that. So contact the person who sold you your Helo and make sure that you give them this code so they can help get you set up in the back office, as well as get your real estate position in our company, okay? Also inside your box, you're going to find your charger. This is just a really easy connectivity, just connects, just snaps right on there. It's just magnetic. That's what it does. Just make sure that you plug this into a computer, an iPad, something that has a current that is consistent. You do not want to plug this into your wall, because the current that is coming in and out of your outlets and in your wall system are not consistent enough to work with it's just a Bluetooth device, okay? You want to make sure that you do not blow it out by plugging it into your wall. So make sure you just plug this right into your computer, and once you plug it in, all you have to do is you just set it right onto here. I always suggest and tell people that once you plug it in and once you put it on there, you want to hold it down for 5 seconds and turn it off. Because what happens is, depending on how often you have it set to take your vitals and your bioparameters and all your information, it is going to try and do that while it's on the charger. That is going to throw all of your information off. So you want to make sure you just turn it off, put it on the charger, and mine usually lasts about 3-4 days. Depending on how often I check it and use it, and I'm pressing on my stats and stuff like that. I've seen it last as long as 5, 6, 7 days as well. So just keep an eye on it, and it will show you on your phone how much battery life you have left, or if it's running low. So that's great. Also inside your boxes are some fun little stickers and your pamphlets. We are in 195 countries, so it comes in a lot of different languages. But you'll find some other goodies that are in there as well. And everyone will have that in their boxes, okay? So how do we get this baby activated and get it running? The first thing you need to do is you need to be sure and make sure that you put the Heka app onto your phone. This right here is your Heka app, Heka. Go into your app store and download the Heka app onto your phone. It is the most current and up-to-date app that runs your Helo LX. There are other apps out there that were used for the beta versions, so make sure that you do the Heka app. Again, this is what it looks like, and when you click on it and when you open it, it will start to ask you for some vital information. The first thing that's going to have you do is ask you your country, your phone number, email information, and kind of where you're from. And what it's going to do is it's going to send you a code, like a PIN. Once you, the PIN will show up as a text message, and it'll come right to your phone immediately. And once that happens, you want to take that PIN and put it in, so that way it's activating the Heka onto your phone. Okay? It will also walk you through a getting started guide. Okay? This is just a quick start guide, and it'll say how to wear your Helo correctly. You can click on that, and it'll walk you through to make sure that your germanium stones are on your wrist and that it is a little bit snug, because it is taking readings. That light processors that are in there are taking your readings, so you want it to be directly on your skin. You don't want it to be on top of clothing or anything that's really covering it in any way. So once you go through that, it'll talk about your Bluetooth connection. It is going to explain to you that this truly is a Bluetooth device. So it'll walk you through and it'll talk to you about how it interacts with your device. If your Bluetooth is turned off on your phone, it is not going to be able to connect with your Helo LX. So make sure your Bluetooth is on anytime you want it to do your readings and stuff like that. If it is on and connected to your Bluetooth, it will have a blue flashing on just this little tiny dot right here. It'll be blue. That will show that it is connected, okay? If it's not connected, but the Helo is still working and still taking your vitals and all your information, it'll be flashing green. It's still working, it's still doing what it needs to do, but it absolutely is not connected to your Heka app on your phone at that moment, okay? So don't stress, it's still okay, it's still working. And also it's going to talk about calibrating your device. This is extremely important, and we will get into that in a minute. And then also it'll talk about how to explore the features, okay? So it's just a quick, easy guide. It'll walk you right through exactly how to do this and how to get it set up. I am just doing an extra video along with it to kind of answer some of the information and do the stuff that the guides really don't get into, as far as charging, the syncing, and that kind of stuff. So once you get through, you just click Start Now. And what it will do is it will pull up a menu for your personal information. You come into this personal information, it has your height, your weight, your blood type. And a lot of people don't know their blood type. That's okay. You don't absolutely have to have it. But it is important for them to know, are you male? Are you female? Your date of birth, how old are you? And all that kinds of things, because it's really going to learn you. It uses artificial intelligence, and it understands and learns you. Once you calibrate your device and you wear it for a good 5 to 7 days, it's going to start to truly understand you. So please do not pass it around, put it on other people, find out what's their blood pressure, what's their mood, what's their energy, because it's really going to throw all your information off. If that doesn't bother you in any way, that's okay too. You might just have to hold it down for 8 seconds, reset it, and have it then relearn you personally. Trust me, I've done it. And I thought that I had broken my heel, but it really does. It's okay. Just know that it really is learning you, and it's specific to you and your information, your vitals. So even if you try to put it on someone else, it's not going to be their height, their weight, their sex, their blood type, that kinds of information. Once you have gone through and you have done that, it will ask you if you want to calibrate your device. What they mean by this is if you do not have a blood pressure cuff in your home to put on to find out what your blood pressure is immediately, go to Sam's Club, or I know up north they have them at Hugo's, Walgreens, Walmart, Target. They just have the free pressure machines, Cub Foods. You just go and you sit down, you take your blood pressure, and at that time, whatever the machine says for that very moment, you want to make sure you put it in to your calibration on your heat cap. This is what is going to tell it what you are immediately at this moment. It is so important that you calibrate your device, because it's never going to know exactly where you are at any given moment if you never calibrate it. Some people say, oh, well, I always run between this and this, so I just plug the measurements in there. But now it's showing me that I'm extremely high or I'm really low, stuff like that. And I'll always say, did you calibrate it? You want to make sure you calibrate it. So for me, I went over to my girlfriend's house right away. She's a nurse. She took out her blood pressure cuff. She put it on. We calibrated it. And then we just tested it a few times after that, and it was spot on. It's amazing. It's truly incredible how well this works. Once you have done that, if you can't calibrate it at that very moment, we can still go through and continue to set up your process. You just want to make sure that you calibrate it as soon as you possibly can. So on here, you will be able to see your dashboard. And what your dashboard does is, depending on how long you want to go by having it check your measurements, you can just slide right over to your menu. You can scroll up, and underneath it, you will see your health plan. So we click on our health plan. And what that does is it allows you to tell it how often do you want it to take your measurements. So you can have it go every 30 minutes. You can scroll down, scroll up. Oh, yep. And you can decide. I'm a really healthy person as far as eating healthy, working out, weight, that kind of stuff. So I just really kind of do every couple of hours and set it for every 120 minutes. And every 120 minutes throughout the day, it'll go off and check my vitals. Now, for my father-in-law, who had a scare with his stroke, I would say if he's not having a great day or didn't wake up feeling great, they probably are going to want to monitor him at least every 30 minutes or so. And if he wakes up and he is having a great day, maybe they want to do it every hour. It totally depends on my mother and father-in-law and exactly how they decide they want to do. So just know, underneath the health plan, you can pick and decide how often you want it to measure you. Also, underneath that is we have what's called the We Care. It'll be the very next button underneath it. And what this does is this allows you to decide who do you want to monitor. So all you do is you click on this blue button and you put in the person's country and their phone number, and it will automatically pull that person's information and it will send them a request. Once they get the request, they can decide if they want you to be able to see all of their information. If they click yes, that they want to receive it, it will go in and they can pick exactly what they want to see. So I have a pending request right now from my husband. So if I click on that and I click on the request, I can go in and I can pick exactly what do I want to see of his. So I just go in and I just click on each one of the items that I want to see, and then I accept. So that way, now it will send back to him that I've accepted him as a guardian, and I'm able to see all of his information throughout the day. So I click back on following, and now you can see that I have my father, my little baby Andrew out of Florida, and my husband Ryan, who obviously I live with. So I have 3 different people right now that I can see at any given time. I can pull up and I can go in and I can see my father, and I can see exactly what are his steps, what is his blood pressure today, what's his mood like, how is he doing throughout the day. And he's 5 hours north of me, but I can see what's happening with him on the inside. That is what's so powerful about our Helos. So Once you have your WeCare set up, you can decide who you monitor, who you see, that kind of stuff. And then you also, at any given time on your app, I'll show you this. This is pretty awesome. Okay, let me go down here. So at any time on your app, oh, sorry. You can go on the bottom and you can click on, my camera's not really taking it very well here. Let's see. You can click on measure. When you do that, you can pick any of the bioparameters that it does. So if I go in here and I see, I want to check out what my heart graph. So ours does like a 2-point EKG. So it shows you exactly where to put your fingers and how to run it. And you just put your fingers on just like this, and you hold it for the allotted time that it's asking for, okay? This is the last one I should have chosen to show you as an example, but you get the hint, okay? So you can see I have 16-second countdown, 15, 14. So once that is done, it's going to tell me if it is abnormal or normal, and that's all really what we want it to do. It's just a 2-point EKG, and all we want it to do is to tell us, are we abnormal or normal, right? And you can do that with any of your measurements at any time. So I closed my phone out. I have to restart it, redo it. But you can go and you can do your blood pressure. You can do any of your information. So if you start to not feel very good and you're wondering, okay, how are my vitals doing? I need to check this out. I'm feeling fatigued or something's not right. At any time, you can go in and push on any of them and have it check you out. Okay, so right now we'll click on blood pressure. And what it says measurement in progress. Please do not shake the Helo. So I just hold it still. And they say, just keep it at your heart level, because it will change a little bit if you have it up high or if you have it down low, stuff like that. And then also after this, last but not least, the one thing I want to make sure that you know, let's see, is the, here I'll show you. So down here, this is really excellent because you have what's called your Guardian. So you click on that, and you can go in and you can do all your highs and all your lows. So in here, I think originally it would start at like 14 or 12 or something like that. But I know, as well as for my husband, when both of us go to sleep, our breath rate goes down below that. So it'll be funny. I'll see his come on my phone with a notification and saying there's abnormal measurements for Ryan. You want to check on him. And I'll see his breath rates at like 8. I'll know that he's napping or he's sleeping. But you can go in and you can put your highs and your lows in at any time for any of these. You can adjust it to how you find suitable for you and yourself. And you'll just continue to learn yourself. You really will start to figure out like where do you kind of fit in all these different things. It's pretty neat. But the reason why you want to make sure that you do that is because if it's set too high on the low side or too low on the high side, people will, whoever your Guardian is continue to get notifications all the time. Every time it goes off, every hour or 2 hours, depending on when you have it set. So make sure that you have it set to your levels and what works best for you. And last but not least, I wanted to share with you is also on this button, the one that we talked about for turning it on and turning it off, it also allows you to do an SOS notification. So when you hit it 2 times, you'll see on your phone, it'll say starting GPS location, and then it says find GPS signal, SOS request sent, successful. So my husband is my Guardian. So immediately upon me pressing that and that going off on my phone, he gets an automatic notification on his phone, a GPS pin drop location of exactly where I am. So it's just like an SOS response. So here he is. So you can see on his phone, it says Katie Anderson has activated the panic alarm, and then he can go in and he can just click on the Yep. So you can just click on that and Google Maps will pop up and it'll show an exact location of where I am at this very moment. It's pretty amazing. So that is another feature that's also on your phone. But in order to use that, you have to make sure that you have someone set up on your SOS feature. And how you do that is you just scroll it over, you go on down, and you click on your SOS button. Once that shows up, you can click on the blue button again, and you can add whoever you want to be your guardian, your SOS function. It'll just ask for, again, a phone number and an email, depending on how they want to receive it. I put in a phone number and an email for my husband, so that way he gets a notification on both if something were truly ever to be wrong with me. I hope that this helps all of you. I'm extremely excited for all of you to be able to have this tool. It really is a check engine light to tell us how we're doing from the inside. And anytime your check engine light goes off on your vehicle, what do? You bring it in, you get it checked, you get your air pressure tire fixed, you get your oil changed. But we don't do that for our bodies. And that's what the Helo LX is for me and my family and anyone else out there that's wearing it. It is just a notification. It is not a medical device. It is truly just a lifestyle monitor that just allows you to know how you're doing all the time. So I hope that this helped everyone, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Thank you, and have a great night.